Hello everyone, this is Steve with the Free Bullion Investment Guide. Today is October 13th, and I'm doing a review and outlook price analysis video for the US dollar. It's been about 2 weeks since my last video for the US dollar, but to review my last video, I showed you this large rising wedge. It's been in my videos for at least the last month now, and the price of the dollar did come down and break it slightly. Didn't really break the integrity of the pattern, though. It still is clearly in shape, and by the way the MACD and the RSI look like, both seem to be in oversold territory, so I'm expecting a bounce here out of the US dollar. Also in the last video I showed you this rising wedge pattern, which was clearly broken to the downside early week and a half ago. About around the 1st or the 2nd of October is when it was broken. Now the reason behind the dollar's fall is on the it was a day last week, so it was mid last week, was around the 8th or 9th, that the Fed came out with the minutes, and the market was expecting the Fed to come out more dovish, saying that they were going to lower rates, or at least sound like they might lower rates in the future, and so that caused a sell-off in the dollar. And then we had the minutes come out, which basically said the opposite, that they're going to just pay attention to economic indicators, really, in my view, what they always say, and that helped the dollar rally a little bit. And then the repo market was another factor with helping the dollar slide back down, as well as the Fed announced another round, basically another round of QE. In the first paragraph or sentences of this a couple sentences of this article, it basically says that the Fed said Friday that it would begin buying government-backed securities again. So even though they don't want to call it QE, that's basically what it is. And that information came out on the 11th. So that was back on, I think Thursday? No, that was Friday. But the repo market has also been causing the market to fall exponentially. So we had, here was the 10th, and then here was the 11th, and clearly, as you can see, that announcement about the QE hasn't been helping the dollar at all. But actually, I do have, for the US dollar's outlook, a positive sign. It is trading inside, the pattern did form inside the larger negative pattern, but we have still as you just saw, I just brought the bottom trend line to meet up with the latest move of the dollar, of the large rising wedge, which is a large negative pattern. But as I stated earlier, that the MACD and the RSI both look to be in oversold territory, and we should see a bounce. Maybe in that bounce we'll see the US dollar rise up and break this falling wedge pattern. But I would be surprised with the QE announcement, unless we get an announcement of a partial trade deal or something along the lines of something good coming out of the trade talks with China. I'd be surprised if the dollar will flirt any higher than 99.25. So that's it for this week's review and outlook for the US dollar. I thank you for your time. Take care, and God bless.